Under the scorching summer sun, a small ant named Nino stood at the forefront of a hungry ant colony in a grassy field that was drying up. Dry twigs littered their surroundings, and there was no more food to be found. In the distance, Nino spotted a large house on the outskirts of the city, teeming with life. Yet, the house loomed like an impregnable fortress, with high walls and tightly closed doors. Despite this, Nino decided to lead his colony toward the house, hoping to find food within its walls. Nino and his group marched with unwavering determination, overcoming various natural obstacles along the way. They crossed a small stream, climbed over rocks, and avoided predatory birds flying overhead. Throughout the journey, Nino encouraged his companions, urging them to keep going despite their growing hunger. They finally arrived in front of the house, confronted by its imposing walls that seemed impossible to breach. But Nino refused to give up. He carefully inspected every corner of the house, searching for any small opening that could allow them to enter. After circling and observing intently, Nino eventually discovered a tiny gap beneath the back door. The gap was just large enough for them to squeeze through, but on the other side, they saw a trap blocking their way. Nino quickly devised a plan, using small twigs they found outside the house as a bridge to cross over the trap. One by one, they cautiously made their way through the gap, entering the house. Inside the house, Nino and his group found themselves in a vast kitchen. The aroma of food was overwhelming, but the kitchen floor was slippery, and they had to be careful not to slip. To make matters worse, they could hear footsteps approaching, signaling the presence of the house's inhabitants who could easily crush them. The ants scattered, searching for crumbs of food in the corners of the room. After some time, Nino found a small piece of bread that had fallen under the table. Quickly, he called his friends, and together they began carrying the bread out of the house. The journey back to the nest was just as challenging. Burdened by the piece of bread, Nino and his group had to navigate the same obstacles they faced before. However, this time they were more cautious and stronger, their spirits renewed. As they finally reached the nest, the entire colony welcomed them with joy. The bread was enough to feed the colony for several days, and Nino was praised for his brave and clever leadership.